My stormwater team is made up of 3 separate crews, and I have one crew that does nothing but sweeping. I have a second crew that does nothing but take care of the channels through town, Bishop, Merkel, Imhoff, and then my third crew is the infrastructure crew. The infrastructure crew is what takes care of the actual infrastructure for the city of Norman, the pipes and the inlets and drainage structures.
Right now, for the 190 square miles, I am the only person that goes around and does illicit discharge detection, which means I look at our creeks and our outfalls to see if there's anything that shouldn't be being discharged into our waterways. And that's me. That's it for all of the city of Norman. Additionally, I have 2 inspectors only to do construction site inspections, and I say that because that's what they have to concentrate on right now. We have so many construction sites, they already are at about 115 inspections apiece per month. So there's no time for them to do the other things that we should be doing, which is looking to see if there are ways that we could prevent litter from getting into our system, looking at ways that we could prevent other sediments or other materials from getting into our waterways, looking at detention ponds, looking at other bits of infrastructure, which is what we would do if we had more staff.
The difficulty of the size of the department is with just 4 guys, I am a reactive team. All I do is put out emergencies. If I get a sinkhole in the yard or something like, I take care of sinkholes and emergencies. I am not proactive. I don't have the ability to go out right now with our size and say this mile of section of pipe is bad and it needs to be replaced, and we replace it. So usually you would probably have 5 or 6 crews to be able to reach that ability where you can be proactive and go and say that this pipe is deteriorating fast enough that we need to get it replaced, and we can replace the pipe. But right now all we do is reactive and do emergency calls. Over the past 20 years, there hasn't been actually a comprehensive study to see how bad the interior pipelining is of the city of Norman, but I can tell you from experience right now it's in bad shape, and it just currently gets worse every day.
We're doing everything we can to maintain the minimum that we can, as well as responding to emergencies, and that's what we can do. We just don't have the resources or manpower to do anything proactive, which is where we would like to be, because proactive, well, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Norman's infrastructure is aging, and as a result, we have a lot of issues with drainage and flooding and those kind of things. So the bond will focus on that.
Well, the bond specifically will benefit us tremendously because it will identify and fix at least 33 projects as of right now that I'm not able to get to or have the manpower to take care of. So the bond will take care of 33 of those projects that I'm not able to do. The utility fee will benefit the city of Norman by giving me extra crews. I will get 2 more maintenance crews that can just solely work on infrastructure. So with the 2 more infrastructure crews, I will be able to do a lot more proactive infrastructure projects than just being reactive.
We will hire 2 new inspectors, 2 new stormwater compliance inspectors, and that would make 4. And so we can split the city into quadrants, and each inspector will have a quadrant that they can inspect construction sites, they can inspect stormwater infrastructure, they can look at illicit discharges, they can deal with spills, and they can deal with leaks, those kinds of things, as well as reaching out to businesses and homeowners, and enforcing certain ordinances that we do have in place, including our manufactured fertilizer ordinance. So that's going to be huge. All of a sudden you will see an increased effort in educating the public and also in being out there and talking to the public. So that's huge.
I think the public's vision of water is once it's gone, and I don't have to worry about it. But when sinkholes start showing up in the yard and people start calling, they're like, well, I didn't even know I had a stormwater pipe. And there's a lot of old infrastructure in this town. We still have parts of town that have clay pipe that was put back in the 40s that's still part of the stormwater structure. And some of that I don't even find out until I show up because I don't know it's there, and I don't know the GIS maps don't have it on there. I literally show up and say, oh, it's an 8-inch clay pipe that's trying to handle all this water. And that 8-inch clay pipe may be dumping into a new pipe, but we still have clay pipe in the middle of town.
Just talking about quality, we're scrambling. We are scrambling. I am fortunate that I can hit all of our outfalls each year. It's usually right down to the wire to make sure I get them all, to make sure we're not having flows that we shouldn't have. But what about all the stuff we don't see because we're not out there to see it? We have to start removing about 3.5 million pounds of sediment from the Lake Thunderbird watershed in just a couple of years. And that's a lot of sediment. That is a whole lot of sediment. And without the people to go out and see where these sources are and to stop it, we're not going to be able to do it. That's the way it is.